In this video, you'll learn a step-by-step path to becoming a millionaire investing in Airbnb real estate. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Jonathan here. I was able to achieve financial freedom at 27 years old through passive income of real estate investing. And in this channel, we're talking about the ways that you can too. As always, guys, please stay until the end where I will be talking about the changes I'm making in my business during the recession that you can also apply to yours. If you are watching this video, it most likely means you're interested in getting wealthy, rich, or maybe even achieving financial freedom in the near future. And the reason I like real estate compared to other models is that it's proven. I've talked about this in other videos before, but real estate is the #1 generator of wealth and millionaires in the history of money. Before we get started, if you get any value from my videos or interested in any of these topics, please consider giving a like and a subscription and turning that bell on. That way you get notified when we drop new videos, and you'll be part of the first few people who usually get a giveaway from my videos. So it might be easier to show you than tell you, so let's just jump right into a screen share. And before we go into that, just know, guys, this is gonna look a little scary, but I'll make it simple. It's not scary, so don't be afraid of Spreadsheet. It's no big deal. All right, guys, so what we're gonna be going over now and talking about is the actual numbers of how this works. We're gonna be looking at two examples based off two different types of properties, a $300,000 property and a $600,000 property. If you were to buy one of these each year for the next 5 years, showing how close you would get to becoming a millionaire or if you would actually become a millionaire. So let's just jump in and look at the numbers and see what we get. All right, so first off, guys, we're gonna have two examples here of a $300,000 property and a $600,000 property analysis. If you guys are interested in getting the analysis page, we give this page away for free, or at least for right now we do. You can get it by commenting below, or we may just have a link in the summary of this video. But we give this away for free and then have the instructions on how to use it. So basically, guys, what we're looking at here is what would happen if you bought one property each year for $300,000 for 5 years. Okay, what that would do to your net worth, how much cash flow you'd make, how much debt pay down you would have, all the four things that we talk about, plus some other benefits. But basically, these are properties you can just find by going on Zillow. You can scanning. We have a much deeper process. If you're looking for help with that, you can just DM us and we'll help you actually get your first property in 90 days. But basically, you can go on Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, start scanning for properties, talk to realtors, and see what they send you. We have other videos on deal finding, but in this video, we're going to just show you the numbers because deal finding is getting easier. Okay. So let's say you have a property that looks good. You can go to AirDNA and look at the rentalizer tab there, and it'll tell you how much the property could project from a monthly revenue standpoint. Okay. So what you're going to do then is take those numbers, the purchase price, and let's say the taxes or any of the other numbers that you would pull up from the actual listing site here, taxes, insurance, all those things. You can also dive in a little deeper, but for now, we're just doing this from a high level to show you how much money you can make over a period of time and grow your net worth. But we're going to plug those numbers in: 300,000, the interest rate, cost to improve the property, furnish it. This will depend on the property, the expenses, those sorts of things. And what you see here is that you can find a property. This is not unrealistic by any means, but you can find a property that is cash flowing each month $1,217, which nets out to about $1,600 a year. Okay. So what I did, and again, we'll give away this tool as well, but plug this into what this would look like from a cash flow appreciation, debt pay down, and tax standpoint over the next 5 years. Meaning, let's say you bought one of these every year for 5 years. But let's just look at this, guys. In the first year, it's going to cash flow 14,000. In year 2, if you buy another one of these, so now we're starting to compound. You already have one, you're buying one more. Okay. So now the cash flow doubles to 29,000. In year 3, your cash flow goes to 43,000. Year 4, 58,000, and year 5, your cash flow would be 73,000. Your total 5-year cash flow, if you were to just buy one property a year, kind of rinse and repeat this method, save up 53,000, would be 219,000. But what's cool, guys, is by year 2, okay, you don't need 53,000. You need 53,000 minus 14,000. Okay, so I'm not going to do public math. You can do that yourself. But you see here, as your properties start to cash flow, and you can save this, by year 4, your property is paying for your next property that you're going to buy. So if you can just get creative, hustle, and scrounge up the money to buy a few of these, by year 3 and by year 4, it's pretty much paying for the entire property the next time you're going to buy it. Okay, so that's pretty cool. You don't see that with a lot of different strategies. You definitely don't see it with something like stocks or bonds or ETFs. Okay, next, let's look at the appreciation. So first year, I usually figure 4% appreciation. In some markets, it's higher. Some markets, it's lower. We typically see 4%. So this is the value of the property going up. So we're going to see here at the end of the first year, let me make sure my math is good. Okay, yeah. So, oops. We're going to do 300,000 times 4%, 104%. So we're at 312. Then the next year, that property goes to 324. Then the third, 337, fourth, 350, fifth, 364. And then this is the same thing if you were to buy property 2 in year 2. And then the same thing if you were to buy another property in year 3, it would start kind of back at the beginning. But by year 5, if you have 5 properties, your 5-year appreciation is $437,000, 200. That is unbelievable because now that is equity in these properties that you can tap into to either get loans, or if you ever wanted to sell the property, you can actually realize this in cash. But I'd probably take out loans against the property instead of selling it, just because you don't have to pay taxes on refinance or any home equity lines of credit. So just my thought. The next is going to be our debt pay down. Okay. So what this means is, since we have tenants paying our mortgage every month, the amount that we owe in debt is going to get smaller and smaller, which is awesome. So the first year, you can see we started out at 300,000. We paid down 3482 in debt. Not that much, but it does start to grow over time. And with each property that we add, the value goes up and the amount that we owe goes down. So there's a crossover point where you start to make more and more each time the property appreciates and a tenant pays down the debt. It's very cool. It's very fun to watch your net worth grow up by not having to do a lot of extra things. Okay. So what we're going to see here is, by the 5th year of owning this property, it's amazing. It only pays down $20,000, but that still is effective. And you'll see that by year 5, you've paid down $20,000 on one property, but for 5 properties, you've paid down $130,000. Again, guys, what we're talking about here is buying one property a year for 5 years. Totally doable if you are working and you can save up money. I know some people might see this and say $53,000, that's not possible. Trust me, it's definitely possible. Okay. And again, as we talked about, as the property start cash flowing, you need less than $53,000 to buy the property. You could buy it with 43,000 or 30,000 as you start to have more cash flow. Okay. So guys, we have, let's just do a little recap here. 5-year cash flow, 219,000. 5-year appreciation, 437,000. Okay. Our debt pay down, okay, is 130,000. And the cool part is, I actually didn't put it on here, but because we are doing this as active real estate investing, there's a good chance you're not going to pay any taxes on the cash flow that you make here. I know some people might jump on that and say, oh, this is, income, but you're going to have to pay taxes. A lot of times you're going to pay less tax in real estate than you think. It just depends the value of the property and how much cash flow you're bringing in. So what does that give us as far as, are we a millionaire yet? Do we have $1 million net worth? The answer is no. We have a $567,000 net worth, which is still unbelievable. And you might have other assets like stocks and bonds. But if you just do this strategy, in 5 years, your net worth will increase $567,000. Okay. Now, we could do all this again, go in depth for the $600,000 property, but things compound a lot more on the $600,000 property, mainly just double because it's double the revenue and double the expenses, but also double the purchase price. And what we're going to find is, when we do this same math here again for the $600,000 property, over 5 years, your net worth will increase over $1 million. In 5 years, if you can scrounge together the amounts to do $100,000 down payment or cash to close each time on this property, you will get to a $1.1 million net worth. You'll be a millionaire within 5 years. So that can mean a lot of different things to different people. That might mean get a job and work to save up this amount every year. It might mean hustle in a different way, but this is a clear-cut example of how you can get to $1 million net worth in 5 years. And I would say also, this is conservative. Properties could appreciate more. We've seen higher appreciation in some areas, But this is, I would say, just pretty tried and true. So let's just jump right back over there. Conclusion and wrap up. So what's the conclusion here, guys? Basically, this is if you do not invest in real estate, you're going to grow old and sad and alone and probably live on food stamps. All right, now I'm just kidding with that. You might have a harder life. But again, real estate continues to prove a straight up effective path to get it. I just don't know many other proven ways to get to 2 million in net worth using other people's money or banks to get property. Now, at the beginning, I said I was going to go through my current strategy for investing and what I'm doing to prepare for the recession. So let's talk about that. What I'm doing right now to prepare for the recession is get really good at analyzing deals, networking, and build up my lender relationships again. And I can't forget realtors. Realtors are also part of that networking with the lenders. But the reason I'm analyzing deals, networking, and keeping up my relationships is because deals are starting to come on market at lower prices than they ever were in the last 2 to 3 years. We're starting to see some desperation in sellers that I wasn't seeing for those periods, and now you can make offers at lower prices and you can get deals done that you wouldn't have been able to get done before. Also, what we're starting to see is sellers that are more open to different terms, such as seller financing or owner financing, where you make an offer to them and they hold the loan and you pay them every month instead of paying a bank. This is really effective because the less loans you can get involved, the easier your life is because it's just less paperwork, and dealing directly with a seller a lot of times is better than dealing with a bank. We're also doubling down on extended stay furnished rentals. A lot of times vacation areas might be affected in recessions. We're still holding strong in some of our areas, but we're seeing stronger growth in extended stay furnished rentals because people like nurses, doctors, or contracted employees still need places to stay, as well as military personnel or military people traveling for a different project. We're also doubling down on creating content. This continues to be one of the best ways to find deals, meet people, and just learn about other real estate strategies. So if you're interested in real estate or business, consider creating content. There's tons of benefits and networking that comes from it. And also, I'm hiring more people. I'm hiring more virtual assistants that can help with management, scaling our business, and just making it better, cleaner, more organized. As you might be able to tell here or see, I'm actually in Medellin, Colombia, back out of the country for 6 months, and I want to make sure things run smoothly back in the US. And an easy way to do that, in addition to our software and automation, is by having people help with the day-to-day operation. So that is it, guys. That's what we're doing. If you have questions or comments, drop them below. We'll make more videos about them. I will answer every comment that is below this video, and that's pretty much it. So if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you on the next video. Good luck, guys. Be great. See you later.